Aries, this October, intimacy and connection are your keys to unlocking massive personal growth. Hey, Aries, I'm Lindsay with Love. I'm a Western tropical zodiac astrologer, here to raise the frequency of the planet by transforming as many lives as I possibly can. And astrology is one tool I use to do just that. So, Aries, welcome to your October 2025 horoscope. I've got my camera here, my notes here, my mic is off screen. So, every once in a while, I'll be looking down to make sure I'm delivering you the best information. So, Aries, let's kick it off by talking about Mercury. We're going to move through the personal planets. We're going to look at the new moon and the full moon, and then you will be on your way. All right, Aries, let's do the dang thing. Mercury starts off in the part of the sky for you that involves your personal relationships. Mercury's hanging out in Libra, and Mercury in Libra is all about open communication. Mercury in Libra is very balanced in the mind, desires harmony and peace, desires a mediation type of energy. It's powerful energy for negotiating if that's what you're doing. Now, for you, Aries, this energy is in the part of the sky that once again involves your personal relationships. And so here it's like you're very connected. You and your partner, you and your business partner, you and your best friend are on the same page. Communication's going well. If there are like any hangups with this energy, it's going to be resolved. It's a compromising energy. And so if there is any miscommunication or disagreement during this time, you and your closest relationships are going to find some common ground. So Mercury starts off in this part of the sky. Now, in the lower vibration, Mercury in Libra can be a little bit indecisive. So at the very beginning of October, be mindful here, right? Pay attention if you're being a little bit indecisive, Aries. Just remind yourself that indecision is technically a decision, and it's a decision not to move forward in some way. And so that really does cause stagnation. So just something to be mindful of. The energy is only hanging out for the first week or so because on the 6th of the month, Mercury shifts into Scorpio. Now, Mercury in Scorpio is an intense energy. Your mind is probing. You want the answers to everything. You're ready to go deep. You're focused. You're locked in. You're analyzing. You're troubleshooting. You're researching. This is Mercury in Scorpio. So expect that, Aries, and it's in the part of the sky for you that involves your ability to transform your life. I actually really love this for you. And I'm going to talk about Mars in a little bit here. But you've got this really powerful energy this month when it comes to you transforming your life, transforming your mindset, regenerating your energy. It's kind of like Phoenix rising from the ashes type vibes. And so when I think about this, it's like you are ready, perhaps Aries, maybe for the first time ever, but ready nonetheless to really go within yourself and start to kind of understand yourself a little bit more, right? Releasing yourself from this like egoic energy and entering into more of like a wholeness energy and understanding maybe where your fears have been holding you back, maybe understanding where you're self-sabotaging, understanding where you are disempowering yourself by giving excuses to other things. She didn't do this, so I couldn't be that. My parents didn't do XYZ, so this is why I'm at this part of my life. No, that's disempowering, Aries. That's very disempowering. And so it's a time where you could look within you and really start to see some of these patterns emerging and not just seeing them, but start to release them as well. It's really beautiful. Now, from a very tangible perspective, Mercury in this part of the sky also is focused in on joint accounts and joint resources, money and other resources that are flowing to you outside of your own gifts and talents, outside of you clocking in at work, outside of you logging onto your computer and working on your business type of energy. And so if you are in partnership, either with husband, wife, spouse, soulmate, whoever, if you have a business partnership, you might be really focused in on the nitty-gritty details of the resources, the bank accounts, the settlement money, the claims, the tax money, the situating the money and strategically planning so that the wealth generates type of vibes. It's a powerful energy, and it's a time where whatever you're putting your mind to, Aries, is going to be accomplished. It is an energy of just going for it. There's a lot of strong willpower in this energy for you. So, really good news to start off the month and kind of shift into this energy. The one thing I'll say about Mercury in Scorpio is that it tends to be a little bit introverted. So it's kind of beautiful because for you, it's in the part of the sky where you are meant to go inward. You are meant to transcend your own lower vibrations. But if you find yourself a little bit more quiet than normal, not so talkative, not interested in engaging or being out and about, that's totally normal. Honor your energy, right? The greatest thing you can do when it comes to reality creation and manifesting is honor your energy, which means if you are not in the mood for something, that means you are not feeling it, right? Don't do it because your feelings are going to help you create. And so if you're not really in it to win it, then it's not going to be as successful as it could be otherwise. All right, let's keep going. That is happening almost the entire month. So your focus is really going to be on empowering yourself, transcending. Maybe you're working on some sort of personal growth, transformation. You might find that you're interested in studying, learning. This is a spiritual type energy. This is releasing your ego desires so that you can level up with somebody else or level up within yourself. Super powerful. My body just got chills. So super exciting, Aries. At the very end of the month, on the 29th, I'll talk about it briefly, but we'll talk about it more in November. But on the 29th of the month, Mercury then shifts into Sagittarius, where you are going to be very optimistic. You're going to be a visionary, forward thinking, and your focus is really going to be on your own expansion. Now, it flows really beautifully, right? At first, you're really open and balanced in your relationships. Then you're focused on transcending and transforming yourself, releasing yourself from fear, stepping into faith so you can grow and evolve with yourself and with another perhaps. And then Mercury shifts into the part of the sky that says, now I'm ready to either enroll and gain even more wisdom. So I'm enrolling in higher education. If you're a woman listening, you're joining the Cosmic Collective and you're starting to learn about your energy and understand the spiritual essence that is you. You are releasing limiting beliefs that are not serving you so that you can energetically open to abundance and expansion. It's really beautiful. It's a really beautiful story. All right, Aries, before we move on to Venus, the energy of love and money, hit the subscribe button if you are an Aries watching or you have one in your life. Okay, let's keep going. Venus starts off in the sign of Virgo, and this is a very healing energy. This is an energy of wanting to serve others. But remember, Aries, you want your cup to overflow first before you can go on helping others in a really positive and impactful way. And for you, this energy is in the part of the sky that involves your work routines, your day in the life of, and your health routines, right? And so Venus, this energy of love, in this part of the sky that's like your everyday life is very powerful. You're charismatic, you're magnetic, your aura is radiating out really high vibe energy. And at work, people are feeling that, and so things are going smoothly. In your everyday life, people are feeling that and experiencing that from you, and so things are going really well. And in your health as well. And so it's a time where you're getting along really well with your colleagues. If you think about this part of the sky, it's like your everyday work. This is the 6th house. And then we move up to the 10th house is more about like your overall career, your overall successes in life. And so in this part of the sky, it's like the nitty gritty every day. And you're feeling charismatic, you're feeling happy, you're getting along well with your boss, with your coworkers, things are moving along for you. If you're not working, even out in your everyday life, it's like people are gravitating toward you. They want to chat with you. It's a good time to chat with strangers if you're into that. They're going to want to talk to you anyway, and you might be able to network in some way. It's like getting that free cup of coffee type of energy. And if you are somebody who is working on healing some part of you, whether that's your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, all of the above, it's a really great time to pour love into yourself, into your exercise routine, into your meditation routine, all of those beautiful things. And then on the 13th, so about halfway through the month, on the 13th, Venus then shifts into Libra. And this is a very soft energy. It's kind. Venus rules Libra and Taurus, but Venus in Libra is strong energy and easy energy. It's balanced, it's harmonious, it's peaceful, it's like the Zen, it's charming even. It's kind of flirty and romantic as well. And here it's hanging out in your relationship house. And so Aries, if you are in a relationship with your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, it's a time where you could go deeper into the connection. It's a time where things are going to be very peaceful. You might feel more romantic, going out on more romantic dates, more flirty throughout the day, the flirty texts here and there, whatever. It's a time where if you are single and looking, you might just bump into that person with Venus in the part of the sky that involves your day-to-day life, and then boop, Venus enters halfway through the month into this relationship house, and the person's like, hey, I really like you, I want to make you my boyfriend or girlfriend, like, would you do me the honors type vibes, right? And so it's really beautiful. Things should be really flowing effortlessly, very easily. I love Venus here because it's like relationships are going well, and you've got Mercury, remember, in this part of the sky that's focused in on rising up together as a couple, as a best friend, as a business partner. And you've got Mercury in the part of the sky that's saying, I'm going to become a better version of myself. And isn't that just beautiful energy together? I think so, right? I think so. So, you could be meeting somebody that turns into a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. You could be meeting your best friend at this time. You could be meeting a business partner if you're seeking somebody like that. And just expect harmony and enjoy it, right? Enjoy it because it feels good. Then, am I going I feel like I'm talking in supersonic speed. If I am, I guess let me know in the comments below. I'll try to slow it down. You can always slow down my voice in the settings on the YouTube video, but I get so into these videos and I just go for it, right? So let's look at Venus, the energy of money as well, because why not? Venus, the energy of money at the beginning of the month could be you getting the free things, you linking up with somebody who wants to support you in some way, you at your work, if you're working and your boss is like, hey, let's have a chat, I'm going to give you a bonus, I've been seeing you do XYZ. Maybe you're getting raised, promotion, something like that. And then when Venus shifts into the relationship part of the sky, from a business perspective, you might meet the business partner or the investor that wants to help you build your business. You might meet the person that's like, hey, I love you and I want you to follow your dreams and whatever that means for you. And maybe that means that that person is supporting you financially, something along those lines, but money is flowing in your day-to-day life as well as through relationships. All right, let's talk the full moon. Got the full moon in your sign of Aries. This is amazing energy. This is happening also on the 6th of the month. And this full moon is asking, from a very general perspective, asking you to maybe find more independence, to release something that is holding you back from this path of life that you desire to be on. Now, for you specifically, Aries, it is happening in the part of the sky that involves your I am presence, your core identity. And so you're either releasing some part of your energetic being. When I think about the I am, like everything starts on the mental plane. And so if you're feeding your mindset with really negative I am statements, I am not good enough, I suck at this, I am awful, I am not worthy, like whatever, right? It's hard for me to think of them because I don't feed them into my mind. But if you're feeding those energies into your mind, this is a time to release them. And perhaps you discover an I am statement that you didn't even realize you were saying or thinking with this full moon energy, because the full moon is either saying, let's release something, let's let it go, right? Or something's coming to fruition, culmination in the positive aspect of things. Or the full moon is shining a spotlight on something that needs to be brought to your attention. So from the brought to your attention perspective, it could be that you don't realize that you're not totally fulfilled in life. You've been saying these I am mantras to yourself. You've been showing up in a way that people are perceiving you in a certain energy and you don't desire that. Like I think back, I had a job once and my boss was like, you come across very bitter. And I was like, bitter? Like I was so shocked to hear that. I was like, oh, like let me adjust that, because I had no idea and I didn't feel that way. So I think like that type of energy where you're showing up one way and people are perceiving you totally different, you could use the full moon energy to adjust that. It could be that you finally feel like you're stepping onto the right life path for you, right? The full moon is manifestation. We start the new moon with a manifestation, we plant the seed, the full moon comes around and it's culminated, right? It's fully illuminated. And so could be that you step onto some independent path for yourself. It's very much the energy of like, I'm going to make my life happen, right? So I love that for you, Aries. And yeah, do with that what you will, either releasing or stepping onto some sort of new frequency. All right, we've got Mars next. Mars is hanging out in Scorpio all month long. Mars entered into Scorpio the end of last month, will be in Scorpio until the beginning of November. And this energy's been interesting to start off with, but hopefully it smooths out and we all get into the kind of swing of things. So Mars and Scorpio, this is intense. Mars is the traditional ruler of Scorpio, so this is a very strong energy. It is your willpower being activated. And if you think about Mars, it's like taking action, and now you've got this like really strong willpower, and so it's like you will achieve whatever you set out to do with this energy for the next month. And I'm really recommending to all of the signs that you use it, right? Because this is like really heightened, strong physical energy. In just this month alone, could probably get like halfway close to your goal just in 1 month, right? Or whatever. As an example, say you're doing like a 6-month transformation, like we are inside the Cosmic Collective. We could use October to like really make progress really fast. So I say use it. You're going to be really focused on your goals. You are going to be in it to win it. It's in the highest vibration. Now, in the lower vibration, it can be a little bit secretive, a little bit stubborn, a little bit this or that. Like there's no in between, so there's not a lot of give. And so be mindful there, right? Because the world is not black and white. It's a spectrum, right? So be mindful. Now for you, Mars is in the part of the sky, once again, meeting up with Mercury, all month long, where you are focused in on this personal empowerment. Aries, with the full moon where it's at, with Mercury and Mars together in this part of the sky, I really have to wonder if you are seeking some sort of transformation within yourself. And if you are listening and you are, and you've been working on that, this could be the month that you really say, you know what, I'm going to solidify myself into this new frequency. I'm done ebbing. I'm done oscillating. I'm done, doing the new version of me and the old version and the new version and the old version. This month, you could say, like, with your strong willpower, with this full moon energy in the part of the sky around your I am presence and your independent path, you could say, I'm staying here. This is my new reality. And of course, once we get a new reality, what happens, Aries? Oh, well, we want something more, and then we just shoot off another manifestation. But whatever, this is a time where you could really solidify yourself into this kind of new identity and really, move your life along toward your dreams. Now, in this part of the sky, once again, just like I mentioned with Mercury, you might be a little bit more withdrawn, a little bit secretive almost, maybe a little bit suspicious in the lower vibrations. And it's in the part of the sky that involves you working with another to like power couple it up, level it up. You stepping, like releasing your own ego desires for the greater good of both of you or all of you. And in the lower vibration, this could play out as like very suspicious, like you don't trust somebody. So be mindful of that. Now, if somebody's giving you reason not to trust them, then I would say, ask the questions, but be mindful if it's not just your own, ego, your own fears, maybe old programming that's kind of creeping up, and allow yourself, if that's the case, to transcend and rise above it. Okay. Woo! All right. I am at 19 minutes. My goal was to keep these around like 15 to 20. So here I am being long-winded again, but hey, whatever. Whatever, we're almost there. Let's talk the new moon. The new moon is hanging out. Oops, the new moon, sorry, is in Libra on the 21st of the month. The new moon is in Libra on the 21st of the month. This new moon is hanging out in the part of the sky for you that involves relationships, your close personal relationships. It is time for you, or it's an opportunity for you to launch a desire as it relates to finding that close best friend, as it relates to attracting the right life partner to do life with, the one that's supportive and healthy and respectful and open and healed and all those beautiful things that humans are. It's the time where you could be launching out desires as it relates to a new business partner, perhaps. Or if you look at it from like a really like high level, it's a time where if you have all those partnerships, maybe you're looking at yourself, Aries, and saying like, I want to make sure I'm maintaining my own individuality, my own thought, my own mindset, my own energy. It's beautiful to merge energies together to win at life, but it's also really beautiful to maintain a sense of identity, right? And so you might be thinking about that with this new moon energy as well. All right, Aries, claim it in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button to lock it in, and I'll see you back here soon.